Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Come along with me on this walk from IT Park in Cebu City, Cebu, the Philippines, walking over to Gaisano Mall, Gaisano Country Mall, down the street a ways, and gonna answer some of the questions that I get rather frequently. We're at pretty much at year end here. Christmas has just passed, and New Year's coming up in a few days. Hope you've all are having Merry Christmas and or Happy Holidays wherever you are. Hope your travel isn't too stressed out. That you're actually enjoying the time. We had a somewhat large gathering for several hours at my condominium in Cebu City, and a lot of food, a little bit of drink. So we had a good time. Good time to get together with family and friends. Anyway, let's get on with it. One of the questions I get, and just before that, this is Ayala Reala condominiums to the left. Some of you may have stayed there who have come here, rented a place for a month or two, or even long term. Um, IT Park is a city within a city, is what I call it. It's got so much there. It's a big business park basically. It is owned by Ayala. They've got a mall within the multi-block area. Originally, it wasn't. There was an airport there. Cebu Airport was on this property, and then it became an IT park, but it was called Asia IT Park, I believe, something like that. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. Um, And say, by the way, I've got over 1,300 videos, a lot of condo videos, cost of living videos, travel videos, other things about immigration, interviews with the visa agent, and I think 70% of the people who watch my videos have not subscribed, so consider that. Anyway, one of the questions I get about immigration, there was word out maybe 6 months ago that the Philippines was possibly going to be changing some of their immigration, their visas, what's available, different names and letters and numbers they were going to change. And there was talk that they were going to, right now, most countries can come into the Philippines and get a 30-day visa on arrival, which means you don't have to apply for a visa ahead of time, although you can do that. You can do that at a Philippine embassy around the world. But there was talk that instead of the 30-day free visa, they were gonna might go to a 59-day free visa. And I regularly get asked, what's the news about that? And the answer is, it could be a year. It might never happen. It might happen sometime in 2024, or it might not. Another new apartment condo type thing going up there. I think it's more for all small studios for people who work in the area, I think. So my understanding is that it like most countries, it takes time for new bills and laws to go through the various stages in Congress and be approved by presidents, and that's what's happening here. Not even sure if it can be changed. Not even sure if it is even out of committee yet. So it could be a year or two, or it might not even ever happen. So first of all, that, and then there is the talk about changing the various visas, allowing different types of visas. There again, uh, could be several months, could be a year, or a lot longer than that. Right now, most countries can get a 30-day free visa on arrival. You show up, they stamp your passport for 30 days, and then before that 30 days, hopefully at least a week before that 30 days, you go to an immigration office, Philippine immigration office, if you want to extend that, if you're staying longer than 30 days. And you can extend it 1 month or 2 months initially, I think, and then maybe the next time you can even get 6 months. But every immigration office is different. Some will offer a 6-month visa at a time, and some will not. And I've had people commenting that they've been getting their 6-month visa for years, and others who said that no, they're not offering that anymore. So if you really want that, you might hold on. I got a call. Thanks for holding. I put you through to Mr. Amazing Philippines now. Rod, can you take this call? Very important delivery I just received. I will do a separate video on that. What I did, a couple of my credit cards or debit cards were going to expire, and I ordered all new cards. All my bank cards, my credit cards, everything, and asked them to give me new expiration dates so I wouldn't have to deal with that for a couple of years. Anyway, I did some research about who I could ship with, and FedEx, LBC, DHL, and anyway, I just got a delivery from DHL on the day that they said they were going to deliver, and some interesting things along the way. It was on hold twice here in the Philippines, and that made me a little bit worried as I was tracking it, but DHL was about half the cost of FedEx, so that was a good reason to go with them. Got a friend who's had bad experience with DHL some years ago, and I've read reviews, and people curse DHL, and some people praise them. People curse FedEx, other people praise them. LBC, the different companies, Johnny Jet, other ones. Anyway, got my package. Everything seems to be there, and it was opened. There was a sticker on it that said, "For security purposes, we opened your mail and resealed it." And that worried me when I got it. But anyway, everything appears to be in good order. They don't have my PIN, even if they would have a number off my card. And as I open the envelopes, the cards are all, the number's on the back, and unless they peeled it off, they wouldn't be able to read the number, I think. So anyway, I'm going to activate my cards, and I'm back in business for several years, it appears, unless something goes wrong. Now, I was over meeting with a friend's girlfriend helper yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he is kind of bedridden, unable to do a lot of things, and she has a Philippine power of attorney, but the bank doesn't want to accept the Philippine power of attorney, so I'm going to try to set up a meeting at the American Embassy, or not embassy, embassies in Manila, American Consulate here in Cebu City. It's at the Watergate Hotel on the lower level. I'm going to try to get a U.S. power of attorney set up, and if we got to take him out of bed and wheel him down there in a wheelchair, we could do it if we have to do it, or perhaps they can come to us and meet at their townhouse to get that certified, apostilled, and all that type of thing, because she is in charge of paying all his bills and everything else, and she's honest and very, very trustworthy. I've asked her about how long are you going to take care of him? He's got older brothers who are not in good health as well back in the U.S., and one definitely doesn't want anything to do with him, and the other one is not able to help. Trying to get some additional information from the vet administration, see if they can help pay for some of his medications. They do a little bit, but not for everything. And they've said, well, he needs to come to Manila for a checkup. Well, that's not even possible. Not even possible for him to travel like that. So anyway, just some of the issues as you travel overseas, some of the things you have to deal with. And you need to plan ahead. You need to think about money issues and such. And don't wait until things expire. You should have three different ways to get to your money. And you should have enough money on hand that if your money dries up like mine did, I didn't get a pension check for 6 months.
No money.
After I was here for many, many months, and they said, "Well, we made a mistake, or I made a mistake. I told them I was going to retire before I actually retired. I made a certain amount of money more than that, so they overpaid me, and they said, you're not going to get a check for 6 months. And we sent you a letter, but my daughter probably just shredded the letter. So yeah, I didn't come here broke, so I was able to survive 6 months. Anyway, I will put a video up on that whole shipping personal items here in a package and some of the costs involved. I'll do that in a day or two. And it was a little bit stressful, a little bit stressful, especially when I saw, oh, your package has been put on hold, and I thought, oh dear Lord, now what? Anyway, this is Gaisano Country Mall. It's an older mall, but they've got, I think it's in Banilad, part of Cebu City. They've got pretty much everything you want. They've got a grocery store. Now wait a minute, do they have a hardware store? I'm not sure if they have a hardware store. A lot of malls have a hardware store as well. A True Value or an Ace or a Handyman are three of the hardware stores that I've seen here. I'm sure there are other brands in different parts of the Philippines. Goldilocks Bakery, Red Ribbon Bakery, lots of bakeries. Filipinos eat a lot of rice, and a lot of bread, a lot of fish around here, and we'll do a video someday about dried fish, perhaps. So it doesn't smell good, but they tell me, but it tastes good. Anyway, I was over here looking for some shoes, I think, some walking shoes, or a little bit better dress shoe that I could wear when I was invited out different places. End up getting a pair, not really happy with them now that I've walked in them. But anyway, I'll do that other video here very soon. Happy holidays. See you next time.